Naruto Kakashi's Mangekyo Sharingan abilities, explained. The Mangekyo Sharingan is often considered the epitome of power within the Naruto franchise, and considering the extent of abilities this dojutsu offers, this statement certainly holds true. While some of the Mangekyo's abilities are common to all users, others are unique to individual users. However, out of all the users of the Mangekyo, Kakashi initially seemed to have gotten the short end of the stick with his limited Mangekyo abilities. With just Kamui in his Mangekyo arsenal, Kakashi's repertoire wasn't all too impressive. However, the Naruto series makes up for this by granting Kakashi a burst of power during the Fourth Great Ninja War, accompanied by a new set of Mangekyo abilities. With these newfound powers, Kakashi's Mangekyo becomes on par with its counterparts, albeit for a limited duration only. Although this ability is synonymous with Obito, it is also one of Kakashi's signature abilities. Since Kamui was the only Mangekyo ability Kakashi initially had access to, he spent most of Shippuden perfecting its usage. However, Kamui itself is rather complex, as each eye has different applications for this jutsu. Kakashi had access to Kamui's long-range ability, which essentially created a barrier space around the target to pull them into the Kamui dimension. Using this ability even once drained a significant chunk of Kakashi's chakra, though he later perfected the technique and improved his accuracy and range. After receiving Obito's right eye, Kakashi gained the true extent of Kamui's power, meaning he could teleport himself or other objects to Kamui's dimension at double the speed and without any distance limitations. He was also able to imbue the Kamui's powers into other techniques, turning them into his own set of unique Mangekyo abilities. Kamui is an extremely unique Mangekyo ability, and much of its novelty lies in the fact that each eye has a different application. Since Kakashi had the left eye, he was able to use Kamui's long-distance teleportation. The long-distance version of Kamui seems more deadly as it can create a warping barrier at specific points that could essentially mutilate the target's body. Since Obito had the right eye, he was only able to utilize Kamui's short-range teleportation, meaning he could only transport himself to the Kamui dimension or any object directly in contact with him. However, Obito had the power to turn parts of himself intangible at will, an ability that essentially grants permanent invincibility. These differences meant Kakashi and Obito's Kamui had entirely different applications. While Kamui Shuriken can only be used via the Susanoo due to the sheer size of the technique, the jutsu itself isn't an extension of the Susanoo. Moreover, in Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, Kakashi can use Kamui Shuriken without manifesting his Susanoo, furthering the notion that Kamui Shuriken is a standalone ability. As the name suggests, Kamui Shuriken are gigantic shuriken that bear the same shape as Kakashi's Mangekyo Sharingan, and instead of merely exploding at the point of contact like Yasaka Magatama, these shuriken form the Kamui barrier after hitting the target. This essentially means that anything struck by a Kamui shuriken will get pulled into the Kamui dimension immediately. Kakashi was witnessed using the ability only once during the fight against Kagaya Otsutsuki. Kamui Lightning Cutter is another one of Kakashi's abilities that has the power of Kamui imbued within. Similar to Kamui Shuriken, this technique embeds the Kamui into Kakashi's Raikiri, meaning anything struck by the ability will be sucked into the Kamui dimension. The Susanoo is one of the Mangekyo Sharingan's base abilities, though Kakashi never had access to it due to only having one eye. However, after Obito gave his right eye to Kakashi for a limited duration, Kakashi was able to manifest a full-body Susanoo. The Susanoo is a gigantic humanoid entity that acts as an extension of the user's will. Each Susanoo has its own characteristics, and Kakashi's version resembles his own appearance with the scar tracing the left eye. Kakashi's Susanoo has only ever been witnessed in a full-body state, which is a first among all Mangekyo users. With a blue hue, the Susanoo has a characteristic samurai-like appearance with a katana as its weapon of choice. With two massive wings overhead, the Susanoo further grants Kakashi the ability to fly, a rare power within the Naruto world. Kakashi's Susanoo is certainly on par with other Mangekyo users, and its pivotal usage against Kagaya testifies to its strength.